Hello, hello. I am Luca, and I am back for another video. First, I wanted to kind of say thank you to everyone that watched the last video, the ramble that I put up about a week ago. It was it kind of received a lot more attention than I was expecting. And it's been really, really positive. I've gotten a fair amount of comments and people kind of letting me know about things they liked in the video and kind of expectations they had. And I'm very grateful. So I wanted to, in this video, I guess, I wanted to do a little bit of less rambling and more focused on sounds. But I did want to kind of just, for a second, really thank everyone. Just like I said, I really appreciate the support and the welcomes and the well wishes and everything, and the compliments. I'm not I'm terrible at taking compliments, especially like in real time. So my apologies if I didn't get to all of them. I did, obviously. It's not like I got like 100,000 comments. I saw all of them. And yeah, I really appreciate it. So, with that said, what I wanted to kind of tackle today is I wanted to try to kind of make a video that's more focused on kind of brushing sounds. I picked up a set of makeup brushes and makeup tools, and I wanted to just do some brush noises. I'll try to, brush the microphones. I have some kind of rubber little thing. I don't. So I kind of do makeup sometimes, very rarely. But I have no clue. I'm not good at it. And I have no clue what the different brushes are supposed to be for. Their different sizes and different lengths of the bristles are different lengths, and there's some rubber things with little kind of ridges on them that I have no clue what they're for. But yeah, I figured that something like that would make at least like a decent pack of sounds. So the first thing that I have is still in the packaging. So and before I really get started, I'm also kind of testing out a slightly different position for the microphone, so things should sound a little bit more centered than they did before, or at least my voice should sound a little bit more centered than it did before. But hopefully you can still kind of get that stereo effect. Well, I'm just testing out, and I'll listen to it back in post and see kind of how I felt about it, and if I think it's something I want to change up. Eventually I'll get some independent microphones and have a whole setup, but that's for the future. Right now, I just, I'm working with what I got, and I got some, I personally think I have pretty decent gear for this, so I can't complain too much. But let's just go with this little kind of crinkly sound first and see what it's doing. So I'm gonna try to do my best to kind of describe the thing. It's one of the rubber tools that I was talking about earlier. It has one set of like 10 rows of ridges, and then it has more kind of rubber bristles at the top of it. And I have no clue what it's used for. Let's take it out of the package. And then it has a kind of a textured back to it. But I don't think that's actually used for anything. See if I can take one of these brushes, or one of the handles of the brushes at least, and kind of just do this. So those are the kind of ridges, the bigger ridges on it. Let's try the kind of bristly parts of it. Okay, so I had a minor cut in the video. My recorder batteries died. It's very convenient to happen in the middle of a recording, so sorry about that. My apologies. Hopefully the cut won't be, too bad or anything. But it gave me a chance to get some water. So let me just get a drink of water. And I like that sound. It's actually like kind of like an instrument bell, kinda. But yeah, so we'll just pick off where I left off. So the next thing I have are these two little sticks. They have the same kind of material that I was kind of describing. The little rubbery kind of material from the whatever the other thing was. Let's see. I'm trying to get them in my hands, and okay, I think I got it. So yeah, they have the same kind of rubbery material, just stuck on the end of some plastic sticks, makeup brush stuff. Let's see. I guess I should say they're double-sided. One is like a kind of softer, shorter bristle, and the other side is kind of a more ridgy kind of bumps. So let's see. This is the kind of shorter. Bristly side. Very gentle noises, nothing too severe. And then let's do the other side. Let's see if I can try to see if I can get some good sounds out of this. Yeah, I will say, I think that these are, they're a little light on the sounds. I think they're okay, but, not a fan. But, we're both kind of discovering this together. I'm just trying stuff and seeing what works and what doesn't, and, making a note. And eventually I'll have a collection of things that I know sound good. These are, let's say, if I'm being generous, let's say C tier. So, we have also an assorted bag of brushes. I have it's so many brushes. It's it's actually too much, I'd say. But let's see while they're in the bag if I can get some good sounds. Kinda a little bit too big to jostle around. Not enough free space. And the noise that they make is kinda sharp, I'd say. Very sharp and short, nothing with too much resonance. So, okay. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna grab the big brush out of here. And then there's also a shorter brush. So let's start with the shorter brush. So I took, let's see, there's also these, so I do know what this thing is. The problem is it doesn't make any noise. It's a beauty sponge. So I can't necessarily use it, but maybe, no, it's super light. I was hoping maybe I could brush it and kind of get some sound out of it. Let's see. Maybe I can try it with the bigger brush just to kind of isolate the bristle sounds. Nah. Not too much noise out of that, and that's fine. Hi. So, there's gonna be a little bit of a cut here. I guess the second cut, huh? So, I recorded the first part of this audio, and I got to the section that I guess I'm currently in. And I noticed that the sounds just weren't quite like I wanted them to come out. So, what I did, I went through and editing. I could have, I guess I could have just cut out the entire section, but I want to, have the full thing, and I'm not afraid to re-record a section. As you can see, the angle has changed. I'm not going to try to match up the exact position and the exact angle. That is a fool's errand. So, unfortunately, that angle has changed. I think this is actually, just looking in the viewfinder, it's a very pretty angle. You couldn't see the water in the little bit of the dock before. So, let's just, I guess, get back into the flow of the video. I just wanted to say that if things seemed a little bit disjointed. One thing that I did do was I did switch the microphone positions back to the typical AB positioning. It just, I wanted the wider space, the wider kind of field of stereo. So the center might be a little bit quieter, but I think the compromise is worth it. So this next section is just going to be the actual makeup brushes and brushing. And what I did do was I picked a few of the brushes that I felt, sounded pretty decent and worked pretty well. And I also grabbed this book that I have. I think it has a pretty nice texture to it. Right before I started recording, I kind of played with the audio a little bit to just get a sense of what kind of textural sound would come out of it, and I think it sounds pretty nice. So the first thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to grab one of these brushes. and just brush your ears a little bit. In the first part of the video, and I'll grab a second brush. So, in the first part of the video, or I guess the first take of this, I took off the pop covers, or the pop filters, I should say. And I was just kind of brushing the bare microphone, and it was just a bit too much, and everything was kind of peaking, and it's supposed to be relaxing, so I didn't want to put out something that either was peaking or, you know, just cut out the entire section entirely. It felt a little weird. So, let's see. I think I was talking before about how I don't know the differences in these brushes. So the one that's brushing your right ear right now is, it looks a bit different from the rest of the brushes. I'm not sure, it's almost 95% that all of these brushes are synthetic. I'm just not sure if it's a different kind of synthetic brush. So that's just the duo brush, and then I have a giant. I think this would be classified as a blush brush. So this is a gigantic, poofy brush. So let's see if there's any. It's slightly less dense. For its size, at least. I think I like the kind of more compact, tighter bristles. I think they sound slightly better, but it's a margin of error. And then This is like the little tiny eyeshadow brush, I believe. And then finally, let's use this one, the medium kind of brush with the different bristles. So, let's see if I can make this work. Let's see. So this book that I have right now, it's a big blue book, kind of like a notebook sized, with a nice cool texture. It's the Stylopedia, which is just a book that kind of goes over the history of different styles throughout the world, from I guess the early 1900s, maybe even the 1800s, to, up to I guess a few years ago. But it has a nice texture to it. Let's try it with the bigger bristles. Or the bigger brush with the I just wanted to see, I just thought about a kind of a bonus sound. I want to see if I can kind of. do that without creating too much wind, so that's something I'm gonna have to come back to. I did order a nice little windscreen, and it's coming from Germany, so it's gonna take a little bit. Might not be here until next week, but hopefully that'll be here soon, and I'll be able to. The thing that I've really been wanting to do, and I did get to record it a little bit the other day, but not in the kind of full spatial audio sense that I really wanted to, is get out and record a nice like rain session, rain fall. It was pretty constant the other day, but I could really only record it from the window inside of my room, just because, you know, there's a ton of wind. You know, I don't know the science, but for some reason, where there's rain, there is wind, and I'm rather high up, so I'm sure the wind is even more intense than when you're at lower elevation. So, but hopefully when I get that in, I'll be able to go out and record some rain. I was also thinking about getting into my car and maybe on a heavier rain day recording that, because you'll get the nice patter of the rain on the metal roof. And it'll just give it a little bit more dimension than just, I guess, recording rain hitting the asphalt or the pavement or whatever. I did want to... let me see. I left it on my desk. I was going to kind of close by doing a few more of those water bottle sounds, because I did really enjoy them in the edit. They were maybe a little loud, but that's just something that, you know, I can figure out next time I kind of do them. But I did enjoy that. Well, I think at this point then, this is where I'm going to say goodbye. I did want to just reiterate, I am very appreciative of every single person who has watched and spent some time relaxing with me. Anyone who kind of, you know, left their feedback in the comments, and all the likes and all the, you know, all the YouTube stuff. Super, like I said, super duper appreciative of it. So I guess now that I, you know, said all of that, and I'm terrible at ending these videos. But I guess the last thing I want to say is I want to, and I'm not sure if I said this earlier in the video, but I'll just reiterate it if I didn't. I genuinely don't remember what I covered. I want to kind of get on a slight schedule of maybe recording and throwing out a video every week. I do have a kind of like a principle that if a video isn't coming out as well as I think it should be, I'll either have to re-record, or I will just, you know, I'm not going to release something I'm not happy with. So that being said, I do want to try to kind of release one a week and see where it goes. I was thinking, I've been planning and plotting, sounds so sinister, of making some sort of roleplay video. Still kind of getting ideas and kind of compiling different things, and maybe I'll write a little bit of a script. I'm not sure how easy it would be to do a script, but we'll see. But there's things, and I'm always open to kind of suggestions on what you'd like to hear, whether it be more stuff like this, or if you have any suggestions on topics that I can cover in rambling or anything, or any kind of sounds that you might want to hear. Yeah, I'm always open to suggestions. But with that being said, I think I'm going to sign off here. So, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully, you had a nice, relaxing time with me, and I will see you later. Goodbye.